Hello, this is Hebrew once again with yet another vintage Masters of the Universe toy review. Last time we took a look at Prince Adam. Well, what would Prince Adam be if it were not for He-Man? So this time we will show you what Prince Adam changes into. That's right. It's the most powerful man of the universe, He-Man, on this week's Vintage Masters of the Universe toy review. Here you see three different variations of He-Man. Actually, two very distinct differences between these two He-Man that you'll see here in just a moment. This He-Man was made in Mexico. As you can see in comparison, he is much darker than this He-Man. The hair's darker. Notice the shades in the skin. This is the original He-Man, which was manufactured in Taiwan. You can really tell the difference. I thought it appropriate to display this one with the sword and shield as I displayed this one with the axe of power. He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. In an episode where Skeletor wanted to fool He-Man and the Sorceress, he invented a new He-Man, and he called him Faker. This is Faker. As you can see, it's the same sculpt as He-Man, same sculpt. However, he is wearing what actually is Skeletor's body armor, painted orange. He is the same color as Skeletor. His hair is orange, and as you can see, the boots are dark purplish like Skeletor's boots. And in the cartoon, however, the double He-Mans look very similar to one another, as this He-Man looked just like this He-Man, and that's how it appeared in the cartoon. And as you can see, there's a twist. He can twist his body and then snap right back to. He had onto the arm like so. Boom. Snapped right back to. This one a little looser than the other versions of He-Man. The legs are a little bit wobbly, as you can see. Brown, light brown boots on this one that was made in Taiwan, and on this one darker brown boots which was made in Mexico. This He-Man not quite as sturdy as the other He-Man. He-Man originally came with three weapons: the battle axe, the power sword, gray power sword, and if you look closely at the power sword, you will notice that there's a little catch in the power sword. This was because the Skeletor power sword, you can see here, has a little niche here into the power sword, a little crease if you will, and you can see that there are little peg holes all over the Skeletor's sword. That was because in the original concept there were two swords. There was the sword of power, which is this one, and the sword of knowledge, which was this one. And when these swords combined, they became one sword. One side for evil, one side for good. As you can see, they snap together. Now, as a kid playing with these He-Man swords and whatnot have you, I never would have figured that these swords actually connected to make one sword. You can see the little crease there, and you can see the notch there with the pegs. But it wasn't until years later that I had figured that out. Now let's see He-Man in all his glory one more time. Now, the one thing I forgot to mention was the shield, which has a loop here and a catch there. Now, what you're supposed to do, I'll show you, is take the shield. The hand, as you can see, is supposed to slip through that slit there, and there's a catch here on the back that's supposed to go over the wrist, but I never could quite figure out how to do it. It's very it's a pain in the ass. Here it is properly around the wrist of He-Man. I had to bend it out some though to get it to go on him, and as you can see, he's very wobbly, very hard to stand. That's because the legs again are made out of a very thin rubber and very hard to, and over the years, if he's sitting on top of Battle Cat or inside any of the machines or whatnot have you, they bend that rubber and they make the legs very, very wobbly. Here he is without the battle axe, but the sword and his back. Now I wish they would have designed him so that the sword actually had a sheath, because as you could see, when you put it in that little area there on his armor, after years it kind of bends a little bit. As you can see there, it's kind of got a bend to it, and these weapons are very easy to, the easy parts that break on these weapons is this piece here, and of course that piece there on the shield that I pointed out to earlier. A little history of He-Man, as it were. Originally He-Man was a toy commercial, which later became a cartoon for Filmation, and there was a very highly debated argument going on of who created He-Man first. Was it Mattel or Lou Scheimer, the creator of the cartoon series? Well, of course it was Mattel, but oh, there went He-Man. The weird thing is these heads are very, very soft and flexible, as you can see, and if you, I don't want to do it with that one because that's the only one, the only variant that I have of him, but as you can see, sometimes these figures you could remove the heads, but as you can see, this one has a crack there in the neck, and I do not want to ruin my He-Man figure, but when I was a little kid, we used to pop the heads off and we would switch the heads. Now I will show you one thing. Check this out. The arms, as you can see, are very removable, and what you could do is, you got a He-Man figure here. See if we could find my Prince Adam figure to demonstrate this. The one that's not in the package. He's in here somewhere. Hang on. Here he is, my other Prince Adam figure. The arms off of him, as you can see, when you pop the arms off of him, his vest comes off very easily, and then you can just put He-Man's arms on Prince Adam, and oh, it looks like Prince Adam's ready for bed, doesn't it? He's got kind of a wife beater. It's got the standard wife beater on. And here you can see He-Man standing next to Prince Adam. You can see they are very much alike. The only difference is the skin tone and clothes, which and the figures themselves. The skin tone is very much alike, actually. So the only difference between them, I guess, is the clothes. Well, well, that's all the time I have for right now. Don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. And this is Hebro 1977 saying, until next time.